Un bon contre-interrogatoire se fait lorsqu'on pose des questions suggestives au témoin, c'est-à-dire des questions qui lui suggèrent la réponse et où il n'a d'autre choix que de répondre oui ou non à vos questions. Essayez de poser des questions pour attaquer la crédibilité du témoin, pour attaquer la véracité de son témoignage, pour lui faire admettre des choses. Par exemple, remettre en question ce qu'il a vu ou ce qu'il a entendu. Le but du contre-interrogatoire est d'obtenir de la preuve de ce témoin qui pourrait aider votre thèse. Un exemple de question pourrait être « Vous n'étiez pas sur les lieux du crime à 21h le 10 mai 2016 ». Le témoin n'aurait de choix que de répondre « oui » ou « non », parce que la question englobe la réponse que vous désirez.
Donc, dans un scénario où un témoin aurait témoigné dans son interrogatoire en chef qu'il avait entendu un coup de feu à 9h p.m. le soir et que nous avons une preuve à l'égard du fait qu'il était au McDonald's à 8h55 et qu'il n'a pas quitté avant 9h25, on poserait la question en contre-interrogatoire en disant « Êtes-vous d'accord avec moi qu'il est impossible pour vous d'avoir entendu un coup de feu à 9h p.m. le soir lorsque vous étiez au McDonald's au même moment et que le coup de feu a eu lieu à 5 km de l'endroit où vous étiez? »
All right, will counsel be cross-examining Mr. Wong?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm Ms. Lau, and today I'll be asking Mr. Wong a couple questions.
Morning.
Mr. Wong, you are the youth leader at the local rec center, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
And therefore you do know Mr. Donovan Tissey quite well, don't you?
Yeah, I do know him.
Mr. Tissey plays basketball at the rec center quite often, doesn't he?
Yeah, 2-3 times a week, yeah.
And he's quite good at this sport, is he?
Yeah, I wouldn't play against him.
Mr. Dwayne Dirks also comes to the community center, doesn't he?
Yeah, he started coming in late 2009-ish, yeah.
And Mr. Dirks does cause trouble at the rec center, is that correct?
Yes, he is rude to the other youth as well as myself and other staff.
And you've seen Mr. Tissey associating with Mr. Dirk, haven't you?
I've seen Donovan hang around with Mr. Dirks, once in a while, yeah.
And since they've been associating with each other, you've noticed a change in Mr. Tissey's attitude, is that correct?
Yes, Donovan just act a little more withdrawn, a little less interested in people, a very minor change in his attitude.
So he has been less interested in people, but he's also been rude to others, hasn't he?
I've seen him maybe mouth off once or twice.
To other youths?
To other youths, yes, sorry.
Now, the community center was quite busy in March, is that correct?
Yeah, it's busy in March.
And you work 5 days a week, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
You work from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., is that correct?
Those are my work hours.
And you don't keep a record of the people who come into the rec center, do you?
No, I don't.
As a defense witness, you did not need to give the police a statement ahead of time, is that correct?
No.
Therefore, your recollection of the date in question is solely based on your preparation for this trial, is that correct?
Yes.
The date in question, March 10th, 2010, that's quite a while ago, isn't it?
It's around 2 months, yeah.
And since then, you've seen a lot of kids at the rec center, is that correct?
For my job, that's right, yeah.
So you can't be sure that you saw Mr. Tissey on March 10th, 2010, can you?
Well, I can be sure because I remember getting that specific information on March 10th, and I was very lucky to tell Donovan about it that afternoon.
So that you remember the exact day you received that form, the exact day you gave Donovan that form?
Yes, because it is scholarship and college information. It's not like I get it every single day. This was a lucky break.
You don't give other kids scholarship information?
Oh, I do try, but I remember that I usually have to give him at some other point, but I remember this day, I remember it because I got it that day, and I remember telling him that afternoon. It's very fortunate.
So can you please state the exact time you saw Mr. Tissey on that day?
You know, like I said before, I cannot be 100% sure, but it had to be definitely before 8 o'clock, because that's when I eat.
And you haven't recently seen Mr. Dirks, have you?
No, I haven't seen Mr. Dirks around.
Thank you, Mr. Wong. Thank you, Your